All right, so this is just a one-off video jumping into kind of like a sim I've been doing offline. And sorry if the volume is a little low. I had some computer issues, and since getting back, I'm not sure what's going on. I've messed around with a bunch of different settings in OBS and my microphone, so I think I got it as good as I can get it for right now. And for right now, I mean like the 10 minutes I felt like looking at it before I go to bed. But anyways, wanted to jump into a should I make this trade, but you need some context on my team before I do it. It's the O's. We're about to enter the 2027 season. We had a really bad 2024, only won 79 games. Basically, I think I was just like passively managing too much, held on too many guys too long, like Mateo, Mountcastle, Hayes. Just because they're on the real team, I kept them here, and like they weren't having good years, and I didn't act fast enough. So then I won 92 games and 102 games. 102 games. Yeah, our Pythagorean was 105. I mean, we had 4 of the top 5 vote getters for MVP. Here, let me. It's under league news. Oh, that was back like what? Normally like October sometime, late October maybe. November. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. It was Holiday, and then Harry Ford in Seattle, and then Basayo, Luis Robert, Gunnar Henderson, Kobe Mayo is also here. That's all. But yeah, Holiday missed some time, but still put up 8.2 WAR. Basayo put up 4.9 WAR, hit 52 homers. Robert put up 5.6 WAR, 140 WRC plus. Gunnar put up 7.9 WAR, 140 WRC plus. Missed a little bit of time with injury, but that he followed up. He was MVP the year before. You can see he led the league in a lot of things, including WAR at 9.8. So, and then you got Kobe Mayo down here just casually putting up 4.9 WAR and a 137 WRC plus. Like it's just a really, really loaded team. The team stats resets, right? Oh no, yeah. Here you can see like the offense is just freaking loaded. I won 102 games, going 12-14 in April. So, I mean, pretty decent team. Pitching, not as good, but we had a lot of injuries. Our number 1 starter, our number 3 starter, and our closer basically all missed the whole year, which was Grayson Rodriguez. Or wait, no, Bradish missed the year before. That's right. Sorry, Shane Bieber, our number 1 starter going to the year, missed like the whole year. We signed him in free agency after the 2024 season. And then Clay Holmes, who is now gone, he missed like the whole year. You might get some background noise. I'm just in a different place recording, so if you can hear it, sorry about that. So anyways, really wasn't looking to change a lot about this team, but I'm kind of loaded in the outfield. Let me show you who will be on the team. So the outfitters will be Ketel Marte, who we got from Arizona. Didn't have a great year, but missed a lot of time with injury. Was much better the couple of years before, I think. Let me just go with Major League here. 24, he was decent. 25, he was a monster. I think got MVP votes, and then 26 missed some time, had some injuries, but I'm going to keep him around. As a switch hitter, he's pretty valuable. Anybody who's not a lefty, who's a switcher or righty with the O's, with all their young players, how left-handed leaning they are, really helps. He's $14 million this coming year, then a team option for 13, so he's still really cheap too. He is getting older. I don't expect like an MVP level or 4 WAR level from him, but if he can put up 2.5, 3 WAR, that's great. So he's one outfielder. Luis Robert is in center field. We got him for the White Sox for Cano, Stowers. This was a what round pick of mine? This is a guy I picked 10th round and was performing really well at the time of the trade. Creed Williams is a minor leaguer. John Williams, minor leaguer. Oh, and I gave up Cedric Mullins. So they got 2 major leaguers, Cano and Mullins, who hopped right in, and then 4 prospects. And Robert has been excellent for us. First year, he missed some time with injury, but it was great. Second year was great. So this is his last year of his contract. He's their center fielder. The trade involves him. I'll tell you that. We've got Beavers here, who put up 124 WRC plus last year in a mini platoon kind of with Burdick, who is a right-handed bat who got 258 plate appearances and put up a 118 WRC plus. He was league average in his rookie year. I mean, he's 29. He's older, but he's been really solid. So those two kind of split a position. Split the bats in right field. Colton Cowser has not panned out in this sim. You can see a 62 WRC plus, a 59 WRC plus. It's been worth negative 1.8 WAR. Oh, and then 24 is a 92 WRC plus. He just hasn't been good, man. Just like really, really struggling. So he's out of options. I'm not sure he's going to make the team. So you got Marte, Luis Robert, and then Beaver/Burdick. But then you've still got Heston Kjerstad here, who's basically just DHing at this point and putting up a 127 and 128 WRC plus. As DH, that's not, that's not going to do a ton for your WAR, especially when you're not playing every day. He doesn't play, he sits out, I don't know, half the games against lefties. So Kjerstad is almost like an extra outfitter there. And then I've also got guys down in, did I get everybody here? I mean, Fabian is not going to cut it. Sorry. He has not like pushed for a job. He's been bad 2 years in AAA. Is there anybody else? Nobody else I'm forgetting. Goloff can play some outfield for us. I think that's about it. Salas, could if we molded him there. Mayo could, but basically your outfit is Marte, Robert, Beaver/Burdick, and then Kjerstad is your fifth outfitter /DH. You also have Enrique Bradfield Jr. down here still. He spent about a season and a half at AAA, and looks like he might be, he's going to play a Gold Glove defense and hopefully have an okay enough bat. He did walk more than he struck out, but the WRC plus was only 87, but still an above average player even with the below average WRC plus. So like, he's ready to step in next year when Robert's a free agent. I don't think I'll have the money to re-sign Robert just because I'm trying to keep Adley, Basayo, Gunnar, Jackson, Kobe, like as many of those guys as possible. I've already got Adley, Basayo, and Gunnar locked up long term. It's going to be tough to lock up a fourth, and that fourth person's not going to be a almost 30-year-old Luis Robert, but he is a stud center fielder right now. And so I have a trade for him that I want to say I think a lot of you nerds out there who like kind of churn and burn the 40-man, like, all right, this guy's got 1 year left. Let me trade him for future assets if I can. Like you guys, and I say that affectionately, nerds, because like I used to play the game a lot more that way. Now I don't do that as much. I kind of try to keep the major league together more. And I'll get into that more in a second. But I think you guys will be like, oh, dude, you got to make this trade. But the thing is, it definitely makes my team better long term. Like there's enough good prospects in it that it's going to help my team long term. I don't think it's a huge hit to my team now. I think it's let me show it to you in a second. I'll show it to you in a second before I keep yammering on here. But I do think it makes my team slightly worse for this season, which I'm having trouble accepting. By the way, this would be Holiday. Holiday missed the end of the year. That's why he's not listed there. If you're looking at this being like, where's Holiday? He would normally be there. So I do think it makes the team slightly worse this next season, our last season with Robert. And that's why I'm like, man, I know this is a good trade, but I don't know, man. Do I want to make my team worse in a year that I am freaking gunning for a World Series? I mean, it probably honestly extends my competitive window, though. We're trying to win 54% of the time. Actually, let me go to it this way. So they want me to throw in. So I am throwing in $17 million cash they can afford Robert, which I don't really care about. It says it would drop my available money by $4 million because I'm basically getting rid of. It's basically washing out Robert's salary. So I'd still have $21 million, and I don't have a lot of moves left to make. And all my other this is enough budget room for me. So yeah, it sucks to give up that much cash, but because my budget room is fine without it, I'm just not going to worry about it. They want this guy thrown in, that's fine. Gavin Grabahak is their number 3 prospect. Their 29th overall pick in 2026. He rocked A-ball. Not great defensively, but he could play corner outfield, and he could definitely play. He could fake it at second or third. And I think this bat with the work ethic, like this dude is going to be in the major leagues and probably be a really good hitter. This is a good headlining prospect. And then we got their number 5 prospect, Jorge Quintana. Not as much of a sure thing as Grahovic because he has not he's younger, but I mean he ripped the cover off the ball in rookie ball in 2025 and then went to their other rookie ball team and was fine, and then last year in rookie ball was just outstanding. Again, not a middle of the diamond player, but can play third, can play left, can play right, can play second too. I prefer a 60-plus range at second, but he could play it there. So those 2 prospects are really good. Like those are this guy is going to be a major league player, like 90% chance. This guy, I don't know what, I'm just making out numbers, but let's say at a 55 to 60% chance he's an impact major league player. That's a really good prospect. Kevin Made is going to be a utility player in the major leagues, likely for an extended period of time. He could also play the corners in the outfield. He could, with the 70 arm and the double play in the air, like he could fake it at shortstop if you need him to, even though he's only got the 60 range. I was making sure OSA didn't think he was 70 range. Where's he been playing? So he played third base. Has he played much shortstop? Oh, in 2024, he ripped it up at shortstop. Really good. He's got a plus 19.8. He's played really good shortstop in the minor leagues. So that's interesting to note. But yeah, I think he's a utility player who is a right-handed bat, which we're always interested in. I think there's a really good chance he's a solid bench player for several years. So, I think we've got a potential star hitter, a potential major leaguer, and a potential multi-year utility player. These, I bet 2 out of 3 pan out in that way. Like I would bet on that. And then this was like the bulk of their deal. And then I was like, but I shopped Robert to get this deal, and there were some great offers out there. But this was the one with these 3 that I was like, whoa, let me see what else I can squeeze. They were willing to put in a lot more. Josh Noth is he was drafted in the first round of 2023 by the Brewers. I think he's going to be a major league pitcher. He's only pitched up to high A. He honestly should probably start next year in like AAA. Let's see. Maybe not. I mean, I'd probably start him in AA just because he hasn't pitched there yet, I guess. But I would have moved him up at some point during this year, I think. So now you've got a pitcher who looks, 50-50 shot. He becomes a back-end rotation arm for you. And then, so obviously this helps the long-term health of the organization, right? This is all for 1 year of Luis Robert. And then they're willing to throw in Garrett Mitchell, who has not been great. He's been league average, basically, right? 100, 106, and a 97 WRC plus, but he has a 65 range. Now, his center field, here's 24. He's a negative 0.5. Then he was a negative 0.3. He got significant time. He was a negative 3.4. I don't love having a negative zone rating guy in center. So I think what I would do is plan to call up Bradfield and then have Mitchell come in and play right field. He's a lefty, mainly against righties. I think he'd be the everyday guy, but then Kjerstad would be the lefty DH. Burdick would get a bunch of at-bats as a righty DH, but also in for Bradfield and Mitchell sometimes as the against righties. The guy who gets squeezed is Dylan Beavers, who's been really good. And that's all. And, this is to get Bradfield's glove in. This is basically to get, you figure you're swapping Robert out for Mitchell in the outfield, but not really wanting Mitchell to be center field. That pushes Bradfield into the lineup and Beavers out. So it's basically like, Garrett Mitchell and replaces Dylan Beavers, which actually, honestly, I'm not even sure that should be the move. I think Beavers is better than Mitchell. I think Mitchell is a bench bat. I think you keep Beavers. I think he plays a lot of places, right? I think Mitchell would play 4 to 5 times a week in the outfield, right? Like maybe left every 7th game, center every 5th game, right every 5th game, right? So he's playing 3.5 to 4 times a week at that. I think would probably be what it is. And then against lefties, Burdick would go in here. I guess Bradfield would probably stay in because there's not a righty guy who can play center. And then Marte. So then, you do have 6 outfielders on that team. Marte, who can play infield, so he's a backup infielder too. You have Bradfield, you have Burdick, you have Beavers, you have Kjerstad, and you have Garrett Mitchell. So the team is better with Luis Robert. Don't get me wrong. I know that. But I'm really having trouble saying no to this trade. Really am. I think that this is a trade that doesn't really make the team worse, but man, I could really regret it. If Bradfield comes up and sucks, and can't hit, and then I put Mitchell in center field and his fielding sucks, and and I only win 91 games instead of or something. That's gonna be a bummer because I'm trying to win the World Series this year, but I'm not going to be able to keep all the young guys like Mayo and Holiday and Beavers and Marte is going to be gone the season after next. So bringing in some of these guys, Westberg has not really hit. He's like my utility guy right now, and he's been like a little below league average as a bat the last 2 years. I think Made could push him out because Westberg's now in arbitration and getting more expensive, so I can save a few $1 million there that I can put towards extending Jackson Holiday. Josh Noth gives me cheap option in the rotation in probably a year or two when, Grayson is getting more expensive. Bradish is up to 9.9. Bieber is expensive but signed for 4 more years. Gowan I only have for this year. Gowan, this was the weirdest thing. He had an okay, really solid 2024 and became a free agent and only wanted 2 years, $16 million. So I signed him even though I didn't need him. He was really quite solid for me. 2.5 WAR, 3.2 R WAR. I don't really understand that, but I'm not going to re-sign him. He'll go. Seth Johnson will be in the rotation. So really, 2 years from now, Bieber will be further into decline. Gowan will be gone. Bradish and Rodriguez, maybe I had the money to keep one. Johnson will be here, and then I'll have other guys coming in. But adding another pitching prospect helps a lot. I do have the legend Hagen Smith in this system, drafted him 22nd overall, and he's just about ready for the majors. So I have pitching coming. It's not like I have to have Noth, but he's just another option. Anyways, man, I thought that was an interesting trade. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not. There's pros and cons to each. I just want the best team that I can have in 2027. And I think that this makes the team slightly worse, but it's such a good trade long term that I might have to do it, even though it's not really how I like to operate. When I'm in a win now mode, when I'm with a team where I don't need to restock the farm system, but it always helps, right? It always helps to have more guys coming because it's okay, Jordan Westberg, I don't have to spend $1.94 million on you. I can save $1.2 million, right? All right, Beavers, you're going to be entering arbitration in a year, and you're good, but you're not a star, so do I want to keep you or replace you with a league minimum dude who will maybe be about as good? Same thing with Kerstad. He's good, but he's not amazing, and he's going to be going into his first year arbitration and make 3.5. His last year of arbitration, he's probably been 8 or 10 million. So it helps to have guys continue to come up because that's 10 million I can throw at Jackson Holiday. Because Jackson Holiday, I don't know what he wants, but I guarantee you it's a metric ton. Let's see if I was just hey, Jackson, 10 years. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep him either way. 10 years, $465 million. I love it. I love this. This is outstanding. That's a realistic ask based off of the start to his career he's had. 5.9 WAR, 8.2 WAR, MVP, 2 All-Star games, a Silver Slugger. Yeah. Can I keep him? It will wreck me if I do, but I probably will. I've got Adley. I signed him to a 8-year, $205 million deal through his age 34 season. I waited until all of these guys, until after the last year of their league minimum contract. So when they were entering arbitration for the first time after, at the end of the season when they were about to enter arbitration, that's when I allowed myself to extend them. Gunner, 10 years, $305 million. He does have an opt-out after his age 30 season. Probably on the cheap end here. Got him early enough. When did I sign it? Prior to 2026. So it was right after his MVP season. And then Basayo, who has come up and, he's going to – I had a sim with him. I lost it because I lost all my saves with computer issues. But I had a sim with him where he was the youngest player in Major League history to 400 home runs. I think he hit it at 27 and something. And he was I don't know, 100 days before A-Rod. He was averaging 50-some home runs per year. And I hope he does it again. That's why I signed him, because I want to see how close he can get to the home run record. Right now I've got him for, but I do so my rule is I didn't do it with Adley because he was already 27, but for the young guys who are pre-24 when I sign them, 25 or younger, I give them an opt-out after age 30 just in case they want to go get another big payday. I feel that's fairly realistic and adds a wrinkle of challenging because it's at that tough time where if they opt out, it's shoot, man, I don't really want to give them the contract, but they're Hall of Fame players, so I kind of want to give him a legacy deal. So 12 years, $160 million. I feel that's a fair deal. He was one of the top prospects in baseball, but very young. It's certainly more than Jackson Chourio got from Milwaukee in real life. So I felt it was somewhat realistic. But that Jackson Holiday deal is going to be painful. What's Kobe Mayo want? It's 25. Say I wanted him for 8 years. Basically, only like half a holiday. He wants like half a holiday in his peak years. I think I'd rather pay Holiday 50. No, I don't know. 50 million is so much money. That's so crazy. How many more years do I have him for if I don't sign him? 3 more. No, I'm sorry. 4 more. He's got 4 more years. I can't really see him getting more expensive than that. It's almost like, all right, dude, like, I'm going to sign you long term, but if you have to go to free agency to learn you're not going to get 50 million a year, or for you to like bring back the receipts and say, well, look, somebody did, then I'll do it. Anyways, thanks for watching. This was just kind of an interesting trade. I think I'll probably end up doing it. I'm leaning towards it, but also like I really like what Luis Robert brings to the team. He's so important to the team as a right-handed hitting outfielder. That's the thing that I think I forgot to mention is having another righty. Because like look at this lineup versus righties. This would be Holiday, who is a lefty. Hold on, let me give you the full experience here. Let's not wrap this video just yet. Is Holiday there? Where the heck is he? If we traded him on accident. Jackson, where are you, buddy? There he is. All right. Wait, he is there? Oh, maybe he was here and I just hadn't put him in. So, like, what was I rocking? I was rocking, like, Gunnar, Pasayo, Robert, Holiday, Mayo. Did I have those 3? Did I have 4 lefties in a row at the bottom? I really don't like that. That's kind of yucky. It's kind of gross. All right, but it would be something like this, right? Left, left, right, switch, switch, left, left. So if I take Robert out and put in another lefty, like, I mean, let's just, like, act like Cowser is Garrett Mitchell, right? Let's just, like, act like that's who that is. So let's put Mayo here. Actually, let's just spread it out a little bit more here. But then, like, down here, man, like, this just gets crazy. This just gets crazy down here. I mean, Ketel Marte batting 8th isn't too insane given how he performed last year, but the year before that would be really just not the best, most ideal lineup. That's just so many lefties, man. Like, this obviously would be Garrett Mitchell, but it's so many lefties, and that's one part that bothers me about it. But I need Mitchell back because if Bradfield – oh, wait, Bradfield would be in here. Right, that's who it would be. This would be Bradfield. That's who Cowser would be, which he'd also bat 9th. So that's how it would go down. It's so many lefties, man. I don't know. That plus the fact that this is not a move I'm like dying to make. I don't know. I might come back to him with something else for a couple of those prospects. See if I can work out a different deal with them. But anyways, thanks for watching. This is just for fun. More Blue Jays stuff soon. Talk to you guys later. Bye.